Welcome to episode number 4 of This Old Barn. I've been documenting the restoration of this 1880 colonial barn that was built right next to the motorcycle museum and owned by the mill manager until he passed away. And his wife inherited it, and eventually when she went to hospice, she donated this building and this 7-bedroom, 5,000 square foot Roman cross colonial and an acre and a half of land to the historic district. So the Vernon Historic Society basically was gifted this property. They couldn't get the funding to maintain it and pay the taxes and everything else. So they put it up for auction, and since it's right next door to the motorcycle shop and museum, and it's got a killer potential and it had great bones, we bought it. And the first thing we did was did a frame up restoration on the house many moons ago, and then we started on the barn. The paint job's not done, but all of the woodwork's been completely redone, starting with the cupola up on the top. The original cupola was falling apart, was completely restored. We like every historic restoration, we try to preserve as much of the original fabric as possible. And this barn, in the comments, tell me what your thoughts are, but it was originally painted. I got pictures of it when it was originally done. It was painted to match the house. So they had changed it to a red barn, but we are going to be painting it in the spring. All the windows, every window in it except for the original leaded windows up in the top, are still intact. The ones that were intact, all the other ones have been replaced. So there's brand new windows in all the windows. The roof, we put a few bundles of shingles on it. And you can see there's a fair amount of repairs done on the outside, including we replaced the driveway last year or 2 years ago, and we just put a new ramp in right here and completely restored the interior so you can park vehicles inside of here now. We Norm replaced the trim on the door, trimmed the outside here, as you can see. Let's go in and say hello so you can explain what he's done. Check it out, all new Florence is all caved in before. Norm, how you doing? It looks freaking fantastic. How are you? You're on film, so.
Yeah, just about done. A few little odds and ends here or there, but pretty good shape.
It looks amazing. I went over some of the stuff on the outside. So what did you guys end up doing in here? Now, if you remember in episode 1, there was a giant hole in the floor, right?
Nothing even in here. It was totally rotted and gone, so we just had to put all new flooring in it. You know, had to cut all the new beams underneath. And then fortunately, you had some nice tongue through flooring we were able to use. So, and we brought it right back up to where it should be.
The floor looks perfectly straight now, Norm. What an improvement.
Yeah, because this was originally, the man probably had his horses in here, because this is like a horse stable.
Yep.
This side here. When we first got in, you could actually notice that this floor was actually elevated like 4 or 5 inches in pitch to like an old wooden trough here where all the manure and piss went in. And then it ran out of pipe out into the back.
Wow.
So we made this so it's all level, but everything was all rotted and sunken down, so we basically rebuilt everything and brought it right back up to, you know, the same level as this is. So if you want to use it for instance, it's all one level.
Over here there was a huge hole in the floor right here. Matter of fact,
totally gone. This whole corner beam up here was totally rotted right out all the way to the floor.
yeah, I remember that, yeah. And the flooring up here was rotted out too, right?
It's all gone. That was from all the rot. We just destroyed everything, put some flooring in there. You can see all the staining on the roof of the ceiling.
That door, you rebuilt that door too, didn't you?
Yeah, we kept the same door and just kind of, you know, I added a piece on the bottom.
Original 1880 door was restored.
Yeah, we kind of kept the same hinges.
We haven't painted it yet, but
So
not, you can see,
still
we will
nice.
paint this whole place. New windows too, all new glass.
Well, it's new old glass you had from in the mill.
Yep.
So we just
Oh,
kinda-
that's old leaded glass that he salvaged from the mill. Pretty cool. You can see it's wavy.
Yeah.
Hasn't been cleaned yet, but we are going to do a power wash and paint of the entire place. We already moved a project car in here, so I see you put a little coat hanger over here too. That's kind of cool.
No, that was on the wall.
Oh, okay. That was here back when Junior used to hang his stuff up in here,
Yeah.
but Junior actually did that graffiti when he was like 15 years old, so it's still here 10 years later. That's my racing number since 1986, 935. Do we do anything in the back room here?
That room was pretty good. It just still got some miscellaneous, some windows and some other stuff need to get cleaned out of here.
Yeah.
That's actually still in pretty good shape.
You thought that someone may have lived in here at one point, huh?
Probably had like a little day orders for somebody who wanted to stay here and work on the farm at one time.
So quite a lot of work has been done. See if it replaced all this.
Yeah, this here was like, this is like probably the dairy area where he had a couple of cows.
Yep.
So you're gonna get a couple of cows, Ken, you're gonna start milking them yourself.
Chickens too. Didn't they have chickens in there?
Yeah, they made it into a chick coop later on. But this here's where, right there, you can see the concrete floor.
Yep.
And that's where they probably had a couple of little milking cows.
Yep.
For their milk. And actually there was a trough, you can see the old stone trough right here. And there's the pipe where all the pee and crap went
Oh,
out.
wow. Look at that,
All
huh?
the pee went out through it, but that's why that beam was all rotted underneath. This one here is actually in pretty good shape.
So that was the cow pee would go out the floor
Yeah,
right there.
out the wall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that why the grass is so green out there?
Well, it doesn't look very green now.
Well, it's winter in New England,
They
but
made this into a chicken coop later on in here. So.
very cool.
This is another old door you had from inside the mill, or actually it came out of the Bixby house, really.
Oh, this came out of the Bixby house, yeah, the house that we restored.
Yeah,
Yep,
so
very
we
cool.
just repurposed it.
Yep, that's
It's still
perfect.
got the old porcelain knobs.
That'll outlast any new door 10-1. The new doors are made out of, I don't know,
And
balsa
everything
wood.
Here's all brass, it's, you know, it works like brand new.
It's 150 years old. It works perfectly.
It's got the old latch that was in the barn. So.
Nice, nice. I see you totally redid the sill over here. You had to excavate this and then
Yeah,
redo
that
that.
center one was still pretty good, so I kind of cut it in between because that's called one of the main carriers up.
Yeah.
So we just did all this. So maybe later on, if you want, you can dig this out, and we'll put a piece of PT across that bottom and pour a little concrete in here and have another utility area.
Yeah, this would be perfect.
Yeah.
So over here, this was the hay drop for
That was
the.
a hay drop. More likely, this one area here is probably, see how they got the board?
Yeah.
In there, and they have like a little door in there. They probably had the mother cow in there with the calf.
Yeah, it looks
the
like they,
calving
looks like
pipe.
she chewed on the rail there a little bit. You see that?
Oh yeah, they don't like being inside. They want to be outside. But no, this
Yeah, they
is,
chewed on that door too.
this is probably where they had the calves and the mother cow at one time.
You actually devised a little system here for a handle on the door.
Yeah.
Dean, go ahead and push that. See that?
Oh, nice.
That's old school cool.
Yeah, it is.
You see the door? The door looks like something chewed on the door here, doesn't it? I'll bet.
Probably at one time the cow was in here, the horse wanted to get in, or maybe you had a goat.
You got the new sill there. A lot of structural repairs and leveling. Now the building was off of kilter too. You had to winch it back into into.
It was like about 6 inches off on that far corner. Then upstairs it was off like 4. The whole top wall was out. So by the time we got done, we ended up pushing this wall, the center beam that had to go up like 4 or 5 inches. And same with that one there. That was all brand new corner beam, putting it all the way up to the roof line. And then we had to pull the wall back in.
And you did that with a.
Chain didn't come along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to show them upstairs now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the stairs, these are the original stairs as far as I know, and they're in good condition. And there's a really cool workshop area up here with a vaulted ceiling, and there's a ladder that goes up to the cupola. You can actually go up inside the cupola if you wanted to. But the floor was a big hole in the floor over here that Norm repaired and permanent restoration repair.
Yeah, this whole corner wall is rotted, and this had dropped down too, down below. And this whole corner was in, and this roof line right here was probably sunk down in like 4 inches.
Wow.
So by the time we jacked it all back up, then we had to pull this wall back in, so we just did a little structural repair, and so now it's in good shape.
We were looking to do this for a while, and back when I ran the Rockville Construction Company that restored the mills, we had a team, and even those guys didn't want to take this on. So it takes a special kind of guy to take on a project like this, and this is something that kind of a labor of love that you took on and restored this thing to its former beauty. But like it's a step above normal carpentry work when you're restoring a building and having to straighten the frame out, you know.
Nice now, repaired all that for you, Ken.
Yep, got this door working beautifully.
Yeah, so same original, so just give a little TLC on the bottom.
Yeah, so Junior lived here in the Bixby house for a little over 5 years. I think he moved in when he was 17 or 18 and moved out about a year and a half ago. But he lived there for years, and now he bought a 2-family as an investment. And and we got this barn ready for another 100. It was built in 1880, so what's that, 144 years?
We just call it 200-year-old barn.
Yeah, it's really old, really old. But
Yeah, I put a window in over there because someone had just carved a hole in there, so this
oh, brilliant.
out the window in there real quick.
You made a little. You made. That's called making lemonade out of lemons. It was a hole in the wall, and you made it a window.
That's right.
That's cool. It looks much better from the outside now
It
too.
does, yeah.
It looks excellent. Can't wait to see a paint job on this place. You know, it's going to be awesome. Very cool. Great job, Norm.
Made some windows here.
Yeah, he made these.
Yeah, just simple but effective, totally.
Yeah, and they'll outlast. Norm made these windows out of pine and glass. Freaking awesome. Way better than anything you get at Home Depot, I'm sure. And it's hard to find custom fitted windows. You know, it would have cost a bundle to buy those. He made them. Little Yankee ingenuity going on here. A little more than a little, I think. Really pleased with the way it came out. You got to watch episode 1. You got to watch episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, we gotta fix this horseshoe too.
Yeah.
Someone put it in.
That's right.
I did.
They're not ringing out, so we gotta repair this. We gotta put it the right way.
Yeah.
I
There's
didn't have
no
time.
horseshoe that probably.
He found it. He found it. He asked me if he found it.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to mount it correctly.
Well, I'm
knew
gonna
it was-
straighten it out and we'll mount it on the wall here.
Perfect.
somewhere.
I knew you wouldn't throw that out, Norm. I knew. Dean asked me this morning, did Norm find the horseshoe?
Well,
And I said, I
probably
think.
one of the horses that was probably right there, you know?
Yep.
Probably for
Yep.
plowing the fields or, you know.
The horse is long gone, but his horseshoe's still here.
Yeah.
See the cupola?
The cupola came out freaking wicked. It's really cool. It's like the crown jewel of the building, you know. It really needed to be done. So the debate is now, do we paint it to match the house like it originally was when they first built it back in 1880? There was a what buddy Kurt, who's a painter, called them painted ladies. That's what they called the buildings back then, and they would dress them up with multiple colors of paint. And Kurt did that over here, as you can see up in the eave. He put like a burgundy color, burgundy and blue and white, and there's some green on the front of it. On the front, you got like 4 colors on the front. So the question is, and put in the comments, what do you think? Paint it barn red or paint it to match the house like it originally was? What do you guys think? What's your vote?
I like the red.
Red? You guys like red, traditional barn red? That's the easiest thing to do. Paint it red with some white trim. Yep, came out beautiful. Like a car, when you do all the body work now, it just needs a paint job, and then it'll really come alive, man. So stay tuned for I don't know if it'll be the final episode, but next time she'll have a new paint job on her. What happened over here, Norm?
Well, they had added there's a carriage house here at one time. We had to tear it down. And then they framed an interior wall inside the carriage house. So it was offset almost an inch. So instead of tearing the whole wall and trying to reframe it, we just took and picture framed the whole wall out to give it an offset.
I like what you're doing. My painter came here, Kurt, and he was thinking that he mentioned like maybe re-siding it. I like this better, keeping the original fabric of the building without disguising it with like T111 or something. Would be like a crime to do that to a building like this.
Framed it out, so now you can paint a nice big American flag on there, Ken.
That would be really cool, actually. What a great idea. Paint an American flag on there. That's something Kurt and Alan could definitely do. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of wish it was on the other side so you could see it from the road, you know? Maybe do a matching one on the other side, huh?
What did the flag look like in 1880? Was it still the circles and the...
You know, that's a good thing to look into. We'll look into what did the American flag look like in 1880. Maybe paint that.
And it's like, there's no woods here, so that was just throw a window in it.
That was the worst part of the whole side of the building. The hole in the side, because it was jagged, and you took the lemon and you made it lemonade. It's like now you bring in light in, and it looks really cool. And it looks like it's been there all along, man. On the back here, what'd you have to do on the back here?
The roof line, that was all rotted out from years of just, rotten, the bad roof at one time when they replaced it, but they never replaced the drip edge. So just had to redo all that for you.
Yeah, it looks so much better.
We just cleaned up the lower part. We just put some PT because it was all cedar. We didn't want to rip the whole siding off, so we just cleaned up.
I like the little arches over the windows right there, or whatever you call them. There's 3 of them, one over each window. This is gonna look spectacular when it's painted.
Yeah,
It's
all
gonna,
cleaned up, painted, it'll look good.
it's gonna look really
All
good.
little details.
Yep. Are you gonna do another trim piece along this bottom over here?
Another piece. I'm gonna clean that out. I haven't got to that yet.
This is gonna look ridiculous when it's done, man. And the yard, we invested a lot of time over the years landscaping here. This was an abandoned wood lot. Nobody had done anything for at least 60 years, and came through, and this is all mowable grass out here, and it's a rolling hillside. So we do a lot of videos of us riding the bikes out here on the regular, like on all summer long. So it's just a really nice spot. We got a little fire pit in the back here. They have bonfires out here. This tree is wicked huge. It's massive, but yeah, cupola looks great. What's on the top of the cupola? Is that made out of tin or something?
Just metal tin, but I'm gonna get the bucket truck down here maybe next week. I'm gonna get up there. We're gonna fix that right up so it's complete, watertight.
What was an eyesore will be the crown jewel of this property. I mean, the barn is spectacular now, and it's gonna last generations. So, absolutely was a really good decision to do this.
Ghost.
What ghost?
The door just shut by itself.
Yeah, the door shut by itself. Yeah. Well, the ghost is like, it's cold in here, Holmes. Close the door. You got to keep in mind, this was made 150 years ago, before the automobile existed, before the Bobcat heavy equipment and electricity existed. There were no chainsaws. This was made in the horse and buggy days, man. And it's still straight. The wood it's made out of is light years better than anything you'll get today, because this is old growth lumber.
All the siding is cedar.
It's cedar siding.
All cedar.
You know what it would cost to cedar side this thing today? You'd be looking at, just in cedar siding alone, I'll bet you this over 50G.
Yeah.
It's obscenely expensive.
That's why there was very little rot on the bottom. There's some right here just where the cows were, but that's why I just put some PT over, wipe, take it off, and cover it up.
So the foundation is giant granite rocks, right? First of all, they don't do that anymore. No crumbling foundation here. That'll be here for centuries and for forever. You got a granite foundation, and yeah, pretty cool, huh? Long before the internet age. What's going on with the concrete over
I
here?
just had to laugh when I was cutting some pieces of concrete out. The guy didn't have any stones, so he used hunks of coal in the concrete, which they probably heated the house with. So
Wow.
He used coal.
So they used coal?
That was probably brand new coal.
Brand new coal.
In the house they were heating the house with.
So you had, that's what they did back in the day. They used whatever they had handy, right?
Yeah. So it was hunks of coal in the concrete. Still there.
Freaking awesome. This side here, you can really see the granite foundation here. And Norm, you said the foundation was still perfectly straight, wasn't it?
It's within an eighth of an inch. Every time I change out a sill, I check the granite, and it was all within an eighth of an inch all the way across, no matter how big a piece.
Almost 200 years, 150 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
That's remarkable, isn't it?
Sure is. A lot of pride went into their work back then.
Is that a new solar light right there?
That's something I think one of the renter put on there.
Oh, he put that on there? Yeah. Freaking awesome.
How old do we think that? What era do you think that birdhouse is from?
Shit, that's got to be from the 30s, man. 1930.
Another one over here. It's missing.
They put a birdhouse on the side here. Look at the detailing work. Yeah, they don't build them like this anymore. That's for damn sure. They're in this 2x4s, balsa wood, cardboard, garbage. If you're wondering what this concrete foundation is, this is the original chicken coop that they had on the side of the building. It was all rotted, so we tore that down and replaced the sill there. And wasn't there a hole in here where the birds could go right in?
Yeah, I attached it in real quick. You can with a pencil if it's by a faint color, you won't even notice.
So yeah, the birds would go in right there. Pretty cool. Oh, and there was another little hole over here. I think that was a raccoon went in over there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's all tight as a tiger now. Almost ready for paint. Favorite part of the whole building is the cupola. No doubt about it. It looks freaking awesome. Anyways, stay tuned. Next episode of this old barn will have a paint job on it. Thanks for watching, and God bless the United States of America.